Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships. On this beautiful rainy day, yes, patch 0.5.5 it has been out for a few weeks, and one of the things it introduces is a weather system, but for now that's only on one map for testing purposes, to see how people react to it. But I'm not here to talk about the weather system. No, I'm here to talk about a new German ship I have just bought. I got rid of the York and I bought the Tier 8 German cruiser, the Admiral Hipper. And before the match really starts, let's look at the stats. Main armament consists of 8 203mm guns, 4 in the front and 4 in the back, with a range of 17.7 kilometers. As for secondary armaments, 12 105mm guns with a range of 5.4 kilometers and an HE damage of 1300. Torpedoes tubes, 12 533mm torpedoes with a range of 6 kilometers at a speed of 64 knots. AA defense, 42 guns of various calibers and configurations, plus 12 105mm guns with a max range of 6.5 kilometers. Hit points 43,800, armor between 20 and 80 millimeters, top speed 32 knots, and concealment from the surface 12.4 kilometers and from the air 8.1 kilometers. For my commander, basic firing training, expert marksman, situational awareness, advanced firing training, and superintendent. Modules, main battery mod 1, AA guns mod 2, propulsion mod 1, steering gears mod 2, and concealment system mod 1. And last, consumables, damage control party 1, defensive AA fire 1, and catapult fighter 2. We just fired, let's see if we can hit something. Oh, we're almost about to crash as well. No, only 2 shots hit. I think it was turning as I was firing, but I can't quite remember. So we didn't want to stick our necks out into the open this time around, so we're gonna head a little back. Another target is about to pop out into view. We fire, but unfortunately we fired too soon. And only half the shots are on their way. And only 1 hit. Minimal damage to the second target. We're too close to the island and we can't fire anymore. Now at this point I'm noticing that our right flank is completely devoid of any defense, except for a couple of cruisers. So I decided I should probably head over and assist them. Maybe we can take fire on that turret. No, it just disappeared. Not that we would be able to fire over anyway, but...
Attention, reporting the target position.
So we see a battleship and a destroyer over at A. And while we are busy focusing on those two, a cruiser pops up into view between the 2 brothers, trying to go for B. That'll come into play later on. We fire off salvo against the Yamage. Armor piercing is loaded and bullseye. We got 2 Citadel hits against a Tier 8 Japanese battleship. That is pretty awesome. Let's see if we can repeat that. No, didn't quite hit the right spot, but 6,000 damage, I'll take that. Firing off another salvo. Maybe we can hit better this time. Oh yeah, there's a 3rd Citadel hit on that Amagi. And another 8,800 hit points are peeled off the Amagi. Oh, there's another target as well. A Soviet cruiser, the Kutuzov, Might as well open fire on him. Unfortunately, he is actually coming to a complete stop, which makes us miss our target. Switching back to the Amagi, trying to see if we can't do some more damage to it. Things are starting to look a little more precarious on the right flank, as 2 more battleships are moving up through A. We focus back on the Kutuzov, and we can clearly see the cruiser is slowing to a halt, and that's because he's trying to use the smoke screen to his advantage. But our aim was true, and we managed to peel off another 20,000 on that cruiser. In hindsight though, we probably should have stayed zoomed in so we could see where our shots hit, so we could take another shot at him. But we didn't, so we focus on the destroyer instead. Now, firing AP on destroyers is not very effective, and you can see we've hit with 1 shell and did absolutely 0 damage to it. So switch to high explosive, fire again, and that's when we... oh, hello! That's when we notice a cruiser is trying to cap our B zone. We load AP in our guns and fire at its side. Those look very nice, and no citadel. But 6,500 damage is still 6,500 damage. So we continue to fire, but unfortunately he is not backing up anymore, and we miss with every shot. Now we have a problem now, because we are now up against 2 cruisers and 2 battleships, as well as a destroyer. Our 2 cruiser friends has taken way too much damage and is now on their way to the bottom of the sea. I can't possibly win against that kind of firepower, so I make a decision to make a tactical retreat while I still can. But what we can do, with the help of our friendly carrier, to make sure they don't capture B. And with that, we score our first kill of the match. From this point on, my only concern is to stay alive. Our team is still not in the lead, although our team has been doing quite a good job at pushing back the enemy on the east side of the map. I've got barely 10% of my health left, and that destroyer is really working hard to try and get me. He managed to set us on fire, and I'm rather late with using my party repair ability. And because of that, that puts my health down to less than 5%. We really need to try and get that destroyer off our back, because he is spotting us for the rest of the fleet. But if you can get it out of range, or better yet, sink it, then we should be able to pop out of visual range. Jesus, our health is like less than 2% left now. Can we get away? His fire is starting to become less accurate though, and that's a good thing. He's also not chasing us, which means that he's not going to be able to keep this up for much longer. We take a last pot shot at him as he disappears, and as we try to stay alive, we catch him on fire. All we have to do now is stay alive. Meanwhile, our team has managed to secure C and is moving around to try and hit the enemy from the rear. We finally get out of detection range, and a friendly Tirpitz has arrived to assist us. Not a moment too soon. Now the enemy has something else to focus on besides me. It's been an extremely tense past 3 minutes, dodging bullets back and forth, trying to stay alive, But with the arrival of that Tirpitz, I finally feel I can lower my shoulders a little. I can't get too lax though. I may not be dead, but with the amount of damage I've sustained, I cannot take the risk of following that Tirpitz in order to support him. Basically, I'm out of action. And that's a shame, because I really do want to join Steinar. But as it turns out, Steinar has no intention at all to risk his ship needlessly. All he and I have to do is to stay alive and make sure the enemy doesn't capture B. Our carrier friend finally scores a kill, and he certainly has earned it. Without his support, I probably would not have come as far as I did in this match. Our score is now less than 100 points away from winning, while the points of the enemy are still at 557. Perhaps we can speed things up by taking out another enemy. Now, which one should we go for? Oh, hello, Mr. Destroyer. You're back. Can we hit him? Can we hit him? Those look good. Those look good. Ah, just barely 600 points. Come on, reload, reload. And the Tirpitz got the kill. That's the end of that match. We scored 56 hits, sunk a ship, 5 citadels. I'd like to get over 100 hits, but I was more concerned staying alive. We ended up on the top of the scoreboard with 1661 base XP. Never got an opportunity to shoot down any airplanes though, which is a shame because this ship excels at that. Didn't quite hit the 100,000 damage mark, but we're trying to stay alive for most of the game, so. But that's it for this episode. If you liked it, blast that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Range him first. Oh, look at the dispersion of that one.